Hey, what's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Thursday, April 15, 2010. Hope y'all are doing great, and I'm just going to jump right into it. If this is your first time watching these videos, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. And you're going to want to click that link, and it's going to give you the rules to the system. And I encourage you to read over that and really get familiar with it, because in this video, I'm not going to go over the specific rules to the system, but rather more of the application of it and how to apply it to the market. So if you have a good foundation of the system, it'll help you learn a lot faster, and these videos are going to be a lot more valuable to you. So that's just my little disclaimer, so you don't waste any more time if you haven't read anything about the system yet. But if you're a regular, I just want to welcome you back. Thanks for sticking with me, and it's always good to have you, and hopefully the videos are helping. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I have my 15-minute, my 4-hour chart open, nothing new here. I'm going to open my 4-hour chart, and I'm going to move it back to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. And our most recent trend change candle was for an uptrend, and that was back on the 13th. And since then, we haven't had any new trend change candles. So therefore, at the beginning of my day, I'm only looking for long trades. Now, if I zoom through today's action, you'll see that although we had some bearish movement here, we didn't have any new trend change candles form. Therefore, our trend is still up. It remained up the entire day, and we were only looking for long trades. So again, pretty simple when there's no trend change candles going on in the middle of your trading session. All right, so now I got my 15-minute chart, and I'm going to move this to before midnight. But before I start trading, I want to take a look at my news events for the day. So you can go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab, and it should automatically bring up the news events for the day. Again, just double check. Today is the 15th. Make sure this time zone drop-down bar sets to your correct time zone so you have the right times. Because the rule basically is that you don't want to be in the market when news comes out. So having the correct times is very important. And we're looking for news that affects either the UK or the US. So under this currency column, I'm looking for things that say GBP or USD for their currencies. And so if I go down this column, I'll see that at 8:30 I have a bunch of US reports, Empire Manufacturing, jobs claim, continuing claims. Then if I continue to move down at 9, I have TIC flows for the U.S. as well. And then at 9:15, I have another couple of reports, industrial production and capacity utilization. And then as I continue to move down, at 10 o'clock, I have the Philadelphia Fed Index. Now, we do have one at 10:30, which is Jeffrey Lacker speaking, and then another speaker, Dennis Lockhart, speaking at 12:40. I'm not really worried about those because, again, I don't really pay attention to speakers unless it's someone who's really important, such as Ben Bernanke. And no offense to those guys, but Ben Bernanke can definitely move the markets with the words that he says. So unless it's him, I don't really pay too much attention to it. So again, to recap, 8:30, 9, 9:15, and 10 o'clock. Those were the times I was watching out for. So I'm just writing all of those down on a notepad. You can do the same thing or set some kind of alarm to let you know when those are coming out so you're not in the markets during those times. All right, but now that I have my news events handy, I know I'm only looking for long trades. Now I can begin my trading day. So now I'm going to move my chart forward one candle at a time, and I'm going to give you my thought process along the way. And hopefully the goal is to get you to start thinking like how I think when it comes to trading the system. Because once you have that, then you know that you're trading it correctly, and then you can kind of just rely more on the system rather than whether or not you're trading it right. So I'm moving the chart forward one candle at a time. Again, I'm looking for long trades only. So right now you can see that the moving averages are trending up. So I'm not paying too close of attention to it because we're already trending up here. So one of the things I have to watch for is a crossover to the upside. And how can I have a crossover to the upside if the market is already trending up? I hope that makes sense. So we'll continue to move forward. And now, see here we get a crossover to the downside. Moving averages have crossed down. Now that they've crossed down, I'll start to pay closer attention to the chart because at this point forward, since they've crossed down, now there's a chance that they could cross up and generate a signal to the upside. So now I'm paying a little closer attention to the market, looking for that crossover to the upside. And you can see that the market's trending down here. But this is good. This is fine. And actually, whoops, sorry. This is good, and especially because now you have a potential to have a re-entry into that uptrend. So I'm watching this downtrend pretty close, and as it starts to retrace up, now I'm watching it even closer because you could have a crossover very soon. All right, so I'm moving. It's about 7:30 now. All right, so here's 8 o'clock. We do get a crossover to the upside. Now let me look at the indicators. RSI is above 50. Stochastics are trending up. However, if you look at MACD, on the previous candle, it was already positive. So that cancels out the signal. Remember, for a long trade, MACD has to be negative and gaining value, or it was negative on the previous candle and changed to positive on the entry candle, and that's not the case. The previous candle here was already positive, so that cancels out the signal. But even on top of that, is that this candle opens at 8 and closes at 8:15, and if you refer to your paper or alarm or alerts, you'll see that news is coming out at 8:30, so it's right before a news event. So either way, even if it was a valid signal, I would not enter this because it's right before a news event. So no entry here. So I'll just continue to watch it. And here's 8:30. Not much happens there. And so I'm still watching it. And 10 o'clock rolls by, and you can see that the market does end up to move up here. So yesterday I didn't enter before a news event, and it saved me pips. In this case, I didn't enter, one, because it wasn't a valid signal, but two, because it was before a news event. But this one ended up, happening to go our way. But again, it's not a signal, so don't even feel bad about it. Don't feel disappointed as if you missed out on something. Trust me, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to trade. And if you're serious about keeping your money and making money, then you won't force anything. So if you saw the same things that I did, congratulations. That's a good thing. You're moving in the right direction. But if you still have questions, then don't feel bad. Go ahead and ask it in the blogs. I'll try to answer it as best as I can, or post it in the forums and see what other people have to say. There's plenty of people that have gotten the grasp of the system and are pretty good at it and can answer your questions as well. So that's it for today's update, though. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dude.